Yo, what's up, thrill seekers? Back at it again. And this is our second Firefox Toys glider build. I guess I should turn it this way, huh? The MOA hand launch glider, Firefox Toys. This one, we tried something different. I had these cut out because I was going to use these like I did the other one. But then I decided, why not glue them back in and use these. I split that one. I split it, but I glue it back together. But these, it's not balsa wood. It's a different, it might be balsa, but I don't think it's balsa. I think it's a cheaper version of wood. So we made our ailerons out of these two wood pieces, and they are they're rigid, but they fracture easy. So they're really rigid where they won't flex, but they will break easy. So we covered those with packing tape. Hopefully this holds up. Got our two Metal Gear servos. The Metal Gear servos actually are almost about the same thickness as the wing. So it's kind of perfect that they are flush. I mean, there's some excess glue I may have to remove there, but they're pretty much flush with the wing. So I like how those work out. This is a 1806 1800 kV motor, and we might try to get that fourth screw in there, but it's narrow enough that I applied hot glue to the foam, and then I just put my screws in, and it seems to be holding up pretty well. We put this thing, oh, let me show you the bottom. We were going to mount the battery up here, but then that makes it top heavy, and I didn't want to have the CG on top. I know there's people that do that, but I would rather have it where it's more bottom heavy, whereas if something happens when we're upside down, it's going to be natural for the plane to want to roll over and plop down on the belly every time. I don't remember where I got this wheel from, but we did put a landing wheel in there. So let's zoom out a little bit here. So it is very glider-esque. We got our little wheel, and it does, you know, keep, your nose off of the ground. You land this on the pavement and you land it correctly, you're probably not going to crash your motor, because that's the issue I'm running into with the other one. Is it seems like I'm plopping down, and when I land, it's like the motor is like stabbing into the ground, which is not really a big deal, but I kind of want to keep any kind of stress off of the motor. So we put that wheel on there. I'll have to see where I got it from. Maybe I can get a wheel and put another one on the other ones. But we ended up making our battery underneath. So that's a 3S22. It's just, we just cut out the foam. I'm going to reinforce this side with tape like I did this side. This side has been laminated with packing tape just so that it has a little bit of rigidity from that huge battery. With our 2S battery, we were able to just cut a small slice, but this battery is like twice. This battery is pretty much almost twice the thickness of a 2S battery, but with the 6x4 prop on here, we should be pretty decent. I don't know. This thing weighs 450 grams, so it's easily over 100 grams more than my first build. That's why I wanted to keep as much wing area as possible. By using these as ailerons, you see how thin it gets right there. I wanted to have my whole wing. Well, this part I cut because I was going to have the ailerons go from here all the way to there. But I also kind of left a little bit dihedral in there. So that's that as far as the ailerons. We found a couple of plastic servos that I had, and surprisingly they're blue, so they actually blend in with this frame pretty easily. The servos are the same color as the blue frame, so that's kind of funny. But we have a rudder servo, or sorry, elevator servo. So this thing's almost ready to roll. The only thing I have to do is get the receiver in. I mean, I have the CG. The CG's dialed in. I did have to use one of those ball bearing weights up front. But I'm trying to figure out how I want to do the receiver. Because I think I'm going to put a Caddx air unit on the top here and have another pan servo and have our little polar camera on there, which is very risky. But so far we haven't had any issues with the pan servo on the other one. So I think having the battery mounted towards the bottom, having it bottom heavy, definitely helps out, because you know, you have a CG line as far as front to back, but you also have a CG line as far as top to bottom. So the main CG we always look for is the pitch axis, but we don't think about the roll axis, which if you had the battery 176 gram battery on the top, your roll axis is going to be really top heavy versus bottom heavy. So I don't know if that matters a lot, but just something that I was thinking about. So yeah, all we have to do is put our control horns. Well, we have our control horns in the aileron. We just have to put our connecting rod and metal clevis on here, and the same for the rear. And we already have a receiver ready. So we're almost at the finishing touches of getting this thing ready to fly.